Hello and welcome back to the final round of the 2024 Las Vegas Challenge. We've had a lot of exciting golf out here and a lot of really great competition moving forward. My name's Emily Dale and joined in the booth by Nathan Johnson.
Yeah, it's been a great tournament so far. We've got one round left here in sunny Las Vegas, Nevada. Beautiful weather all week here in the desert, and some hot scores, especially at the top of the leaderboard. Sofia Donnecke and Lykke Lorentzon leading the way, but I'm sure Maria, Lisa, and the rest of the field are going to look to make a push here as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We've had some really great opportunities here, some cool eagles, great birdies, and we just love those mountains in the background. There's something about Vegas, those great views. All right, heading into our final hole one, we have a 353-foot par 3. As we've mentioned 10 times over, a lot of treacherous greens here that we're going to see. This is something that a lot of players are just trying to play for par, not messing with that OB green, or the rollaways. So we'll see what our players choose to do.
Yeah, Sofia Donnecke, 24 under par for the tournament. The Canadian playing some super consistent golf all weekend.
Yeah, a new face out here to a lot of us, and she's absolutely been crushing it, and it's been such a joy to watch her out here. Playing what you had mentioned in round 2 when we saw players attack this course as a common play, just taking that safe hyzer route and ending up somewhere just outside the circle.
Yeah, close behind. Lykke Lorentzon has been absolute fire on the putting green so far this week. Very consistent off the tee as well. This is a nice safe shot. I think she's pretty much the only person on this card that could really challenge Sofia unless we saw something incredible.
Yeah, and really it's been the competition between both of them. We've had both of them on all of our feature and lead cards since the beginning of this tournament, and they've been going head to head, just battling out there, and it's really been fun to watch.
Yeah, it really has. Nice looking shot from Maria. A little bit of ground play as expected. All these shots drying up in shallow circle 2. I would be very surprised if any of these players ran those putts.
I don't know. Have you seen our card?
That's true. I don't think we have seen Lykke lay up a single putt this weekend, so I would love to be proven wrong, but she also was punished for running this putt in round 2, so maybe a little bit of PTSD there. We'll see.
Similar shot there from Lisa. A little bit shorter than some of the other players, expecting to see a similar layup.
Important on shots like this to make sure you match the angle of the hill with the disc. You know, even if the disc is coming in soft, you see a lot of times it'll pop up to a roller angle if you're not careful. So don't take these little layups for granted. Two of them so far. Let's see. Will Maria prove me wrong? Please. I would love to see her bang this putt.
Send it, Maria.
Looks like she wants it.
Hits the metal, gets a little bit scary, but does stay flat. And thankfully, doesn't roll away on us.
Yeah, fortunate break. I would say like 90% of putts that hit the cage or band on this hole are going to roll like 60 feet away. So good break for her to stay close to the basket. Just going to be a nice par frame for our lead card, which is pretty much what you'd expect on hole 1.
Yeah, we saw some really hot scores over here on this Innova course in round 2. So really excited to see what this is going to bring as we bring that pressure of the final round. We had a field cut here heading into this final round, so things got tighter and brings us some really good competition.
Yeah, just 2 cards of women out on the course today, so only 8 players And yeah, the cream of the crop.
Heading into hole 2, it's our quote-unquote wooded fairway out here in Vegas. It's a shorter 270-foot par 3, but this is one of the few times that we'll have that tighter low ceiling gap hit for our players. We do have that hard pan feature still, so I'm expecting to see a lot of the players trying to play for that and scuttle on up to the green.
Yeah, Dave, can we get a scuttle count, please, and on the edit? No, I'm just kidding. A little bit of an early release
Kidding,
there.
not kidding.
Yeah, honestly. A little early release there from Lykke and a bit of a late release from Sofia. We'll see a kind of an opportunity here for Maria and or Lisa to grab a stroke early, and that is very well executed. Absolutely based from Oliva. Textbook way to play the hole.
Yep, that's how you draw it up.
Looks like a nice angle out of the hand for Fajkus. A little overturned, but gets through that right side. She's going to have a low ceiling putt coming up.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if she'll have to adjust her position at all for that putt. Some of these branches hang low and just get in your face and make you really force the knee putt.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned it a couple times throughout the week. All of these trees and bushes are very grabby. If your disc hits them, they have a tendency to just drop right there. This is a early tester par save for Lorentzen. Gonna have to go to the knee and just doesn't quite give it the height. It's a tough one to leak early. Not an easy par save for Donnecke either. About a 22-footer. Maybe some early round nerves for these ladies coming into play.
Yeah, it's a final round. There's a lot of pressure.
Biggest A tier in the country, I would have to guess,
Yes.
in terms of participants and added cash.
Absolutely.
And Lisa Fajkus a bit high on her birdie look. Maybe just a little lapse of focus there.
Still haven't gotten to Maria's drive.
Yeah, I mean, she's going to pick up 2 strokes on the 2 competitors ahead of her, so pretty much a dream start if you're Maria Oliva, trying to give yourself an outside chance to make a run at this thing.
Absolutely. So, hole 3, 260-foot par 3 island. This large tree, I see a lot of players just hyzering around, but we did see the OB rope, unfortunately, snagging some of our players in round 2. So, ideally, missing that and just playing for that hyzer skip shot.
Yep, just want to make sure, commit to your width here with something overstable. Maria going with a little bit of a straighter disc, kind of brings that right side OB into play, but she is able to check up safe and is going to have a long birdie look from there. This is the angle you're looking for.
Mm-hmm. Didn't get as much ground play as she probably expected to get coming in with that hyzer angle, but she stays safe and has a birdie look there.
Yeah, Lisa kind of just hit that upslope on the hill, which causes more of a check-up rather than that big flare skip that you're looking for. This is looking a lot better, but just pushed it a little bit too deep.
That's brutal.
That's a tough early OB for Donnecke. She's, I would think, goes to the drop zone because this is an island green, so most likely a bogey coming up. And a chance for our card to gain some more ground early. This is a Beautiful shot from Lorentzen, slides it on up there well inside the circle.
Great shot there. And yes, you'll see Sofia proceed to the drop zone because she didn't make the island off the tee. Highs her chip up and leaves her a little bit of a longer look there for her bogey save.
Yeah, about the same distance of that putt she missed on the last hole. Fajkus from outside the circle is just a bit low. Yeah, important putt here. Stop the bleeding early.
There it is. Good putt there. These are the ones that really matter, you know. Things get really nervy heading into these final rounds, lead card, a lot of pressure. And those putts that you might make 10 out of 10 times in your backyard become really challenging when you're out here.
You're telling me. Yeah, no, that was a great putt. Nice high in the chains, and that's what you want to see if you're Sofia. Just a nice confident stroke.
And not to miss out on the great birdie putt there from Lykke.
Yeah, picking up 2 strokes. Pars for Maria and Lisa. As we move on to hole 4. After the short break.
You want a new disc, but you're overwhelmed by all of the options. Well, we've got you covered. Meet the Innova Pathfinder Guides, a series of graphics that match a set of discs for your style of play, curated by our own Riley O'Neill and Eric Schwann. Whether you're the beginner, the crusher, or anywhere in between, we've got a lineup for you. So scan the QR code, find a guide that matches your style of play, and discover your path to a better game. If you haven't seen these, you're missing out. All right, back to the action.
Heading into hole 4, we have our shorter par 4 at just 422 feet. Not a lot of OB to contend with, but somewhat of a tricky tee shot with a kind of blind look getting through the gap out there. But hopefully all of our lead card here trying to find some birdies.
Yeah, not too much in the way once you clear that initial gap off the tee. Plenty of fairway to work with, so anything out there is going to be just fine. Lorentzen will probably have 200 feet, I would think, less than 200 feet into the green.
Yeah. It's a bit of a breath of fresh air out here. We have a lot of tight OBs. Unfortunately, Maria does snag one of those guardian trees in the gap. But honestly, from there, she should still be able to have a look for birdie.
This one's pulled from Fajkus. Does get through, though, so it should be an open shot. Just going to be a little bit longer than she would like into that green.
Yeah, we'll have to see what her footing looks like, too. Things can get a little bit funky with the Vegas foliage. And what a rip from Donnecke.
Yeah,
she continues to impress us.
Yeah, so still in very much birdieable position here for Maria Oliva. This is a nice looking shot. Lands it softly on that sloped green, about 20 feet away.
And here's that look from Lisa, just a little bit pinched in what she had to work with, just outside circle for her birdie look.
Yeah, and just a couple of pitch ups. Wow, honestly, just outside of circle 2 for Donnecke. That is a smash of a drive. See if Lisa gives this a run. I mean, position she's in, I think she kind of has to, but can be a dangerous slope on that green. And yeah, a bit of a roll away there. Makes
Not a problem for her, though. Great putt. Nice putt there from Maria as well. And Lykke as well. And a tap in there for Donnecke.
Making this hole look easy.
Easy peasy. Heading into hole 5, 592-foot par 4. Players just want to get out the gap into the middle of this fairway here. We do have OB on the right and left-hand side, OB golf green, and then a skippy green that we saw players struggle with a little bit in round 2 to finish out this hole.
Yeah, this hole played tough in round 2 the last time our players played it, but that is pretty much a textbook drive there from Lorentzen. You want to play something that turns a little bit from left to right, but obviously not too much, as you have that cart path there on the right-hand side that very much could come into play. This is in danger of finding that. Not what she was looking for.
No, and this is one of those tighter fairways. There might have been a friendly tree kick there for Donnecke, as that was tracking towards that OB cart path, pushing her back into the fairway.
Yeah, it comes up quick on that right-hand side. We see Lisa, first person to take the outside turnover line. I don't hate this play if you can keep your disc holding over, but there is that left side OB that can come up pretty quickly if your disc fades out too soon.
You see Donnecke going for the... Oh no. Unfortunately, it looked like she was going for the chip up lay at play. Finds that OB golf green and unfortunately does not skip back in bounds.
Cutting it close through those trees there for Maria. Does get through.
And we can see how close Lisa ended up coming to that left-hand side OB that you mentioned. This is a tighter fairway than it seems, and kind of a mental game. And thankfully, Lisa does check up there. It'll give her somewhat of an awkward look there for her birdie.
This is low. It needs to skip off the golf green, and it does. Checks up. Oh, actually, all the way inside the circle.
Great ground play there.
So I think we're going to see some long layups here. No reason to run these putts with the steep slope behind this basket. Oh, Lisa with a bold run there from circle 2.
I was gonna say we don't see Lisa lay up. Or Lykke. Great putt. As you mentioned at the beginning, her putter's just been on fire this weekend, and it's really proven why she's at the top here.
Yeah, grabs the only birdie in the field on hole 5. Definitely a bonus birdie to pick up on this course.
Unfortunate cleanup there after sneaking OB. Heading over into hole 6. This is really one of those picturesque ones, right? 222-foot par 3 island hole. Kind of one you kind of want to empty your bag at, right?
In practice, for sure. In the tournament, you just want to put it in bounds and move on. This looks wide from Lorentzen and just never had a chance to come back. You like the idea. You do need to commit to the width off the tee on this one and hit that short side of the basket to stay in bounds, but another drive not looking great. So an opportunity here for Donnecke and just also an early release.
And you see that little marker there? This was playing as a CTP. So
don't see too many of
like
those.
That was sitting pretty close.
Oh, and Lisa, she's going to take that
Oh my
CTP right away.
Oh, good. Great park job there for Lisa.
Yeah, so 3 players heading to the drop zone.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, that's a scary drop zone, right? You just have that water behind you.
Yeah, water's right there. I mean, there's no reason to run these putts, especially, you know, given the position of as Lisa moving the CTP marker, even though I'm guessing they're the last group.
I love the little sachet as she takes it out of the ground.
It's like, am I supposed to do this now? Or?
Oh, don't forget to tap in. There you go. Don't forget to put your name on your CTP as all players.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, hopefully she remembered and we just didn't see it. But yeah, it's gonna be hard to beat that one without an ace.
Yeah, that's as parked as you can get it, pretty much. Oh, there we go. Good job. All right, heading into hole 7, 298-foot par 4. Looking at that, you're like, is that mathed correctly? But yes, it is a par 4. We have just a ton of OB. We have the bunkers, we have the water, OB deep, and our OB golf green, which thankfully Lisa stays short of.
Yeah, first layup we've seen on this hole. All 4 players went for it last go round. It's still a tricky approach into this green if you do play the layup. Oh, is this going to stay safe? Just barely.
Oh my goodness. Finding the smallest strip there, but stays safe.
Yeah, big time shot from Lorentzen, who finds herself at this point in a tie for the lead after starting the round 4 strokes back. So, oh, this is low. Oh, skips off the disc.
Oh my goodness. So many emotions.
Oh my God, that was a roller coaster. I thought she was going to make it over the bunker for a second. But just didn't quite get it.
So even being in that bunker, she will be shooting for 3 from that hazard area, as will Donnecke. Yeah. And like you said, this is tricky.
Yeah, she came so close to that golf green that it's probably, 70-footer or so. But, if she's 30 feet shorter and has to throw an upshot, that can get you into trouble. Yeah, I don't blame Sofia for the layup there. The other bunker on the other side of the basket is right behind it. So if you airball this putt, you're going back into the hazard. But Maria does not care about that. Absolutely cans the birdie putt.
Great putt there. Leave a message in the comments. Are you going for it or are you laying that up?
I'm laying it up.
Oh, absolutely. Safed in all the way.
Lykke, though, not laying it up. That's an eagle 2 on the 7th. Only one that we saw in the field here in the final round.
Making a charge. She's really, like you mentioned in the beginning of this hole, pushing back and really challenging Sofia at the top. That's 2 strokes on the leader, like that. Heading into hole 8, it's a 467-foot par 4. We have OB area with the water there to tee off over, but then once you get past that, there's really not a whole lot of OB that comes into play here.
Yeah, I like the forehand play here that Lorentzen's going with. Plenty of space out left to just work the disc and let it naturally fade back to the right. Puts her in a great spot. Should be a pretty straightforward putter upshot from there. Can get a little aggressive if you want and go for the big turnover backhand, trying to get an eagle look as it is a little bit downhill, but playing for birdie is not a bad option here.
Yeah, and these players really showing us a lot of versatility with their strength in both forehand and backhand, showing us why they earn these positions on this lead card.
Maria getting aggressive, going for the full distance shot, just barely clips that tree. I would have loved to see where that was going to finish. Looked like it was on a great angle.
And once again, I expect to see Sofia going for it as well.
Yeah, she got the eagle too in round 2 when we saw her on coverage. This one also looked like it had a great move on it, but just a bit overturned. Catches those limbs, drops her down.
Still safe.
Yeah, still in fine position.
You can see the body language there. Not the upshot she might have wanted for, coming up just outside of the circle, but still something to look at as we see Lorentzen just putting it just outside the bullseye there for us.
Yeah, slides it on up there nicely. Can just slide this putter right into the short side of the hill. Nice upshot there from Donnecke as well. Oh, that might be a bit of an awkward putt for Oliva. We'll see if that tree comes into play at all. But first, Lisa Fajkus.
Great putt there. A beautiful birdie there for Lisa. Yeah, she's done a really good job at just taking her time, taking that breath before she puts in. Here's that awkward look, unfortunately, for Maria.
Yeah, the one thing in the way on the green and just a little bit off there, and she's going to be punished.
Thankfully that one sits. These are very fast greens, so if you are missing and not catching too much metal, you're probably skipping much further than you would like. Good commitment there from Donnecke.
Yeah, good bounce back birdie. She's had some early struggles here. But, I mean, there's still plenty of golf left. Started with a 4-stroke lead, so, still very much in this thing. But it's gonna take some birdies here on the back 9 if she wants to catch Lorentzen.
Yeah, especially with the way Lorentzen is pushing, she's hungry for it. Rounding at our front 9 here, we have a par 4, 601 feet. Players are looking to just get out of the gap into this golf fairway and work their way up. We do have some bunkers closer to the green area, but hopefully players are just playing smart, heading up over to that left-hand side to give themselves a look.
Yep, anything out the gap here is a fine tee shot, just like that one from Lorentzen.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, the more left you are, opens up that angle into the green even more, so.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a skinnier bunker than a lot of the ones that we've seen. So anything on that left-hand side is ideal, especially for the right-hand backhand players. And some weird ground play there. We'll have to see what she has to look at from that large bushy tree shrub thing.
Yeah, we know what you're going for. Yeah, I mean, that's basically the only mistake you could make on this tee shot is just not giving it the height. That's absolutely smoked again from Sofia, just way down the fairway. Puts her in a great position. This is looking nice from Maria as well.
Yeah, some really great shots there. And like you said, you just want to kind of get out of there, get into that green area to give yourself a approach up to your green.
A little pulled there from Lisa, catches those right side trees. like the forehand into this green. You can kind of work your way around the bunker rather than having to go over it. That's what Lorentzen's going for. Let's see if she's got the width right.
Good ground play puts her kind of at that sweet spot that she's been at all weekend, honestly. She's been just canning those 40-foot spinners throughout this week.
Yeah, we'll see if she can keep that going. This is looking nice if it gets the curl, and it does. Should be a decent position to grab a par save. Maria going with the backhand. This is a lot tougher to get the speed control right into the green, because if you don't get it perfect, you may find yourself in the bunker, but Maria is just barely safe. You can see her disc from all the way back here.
Shout out to that catch cam coverage, showing us just how close it is. Finally getting to Sofia's shot, but pulls it a little bit wider than she probably wanted.
Okay, just a layup
Surprising
from Lorentzen.
to see, yeah. Not something we've seen a lot of from her.
Yeah, maybe a little gamesmanship here. Kind of forcing Sofia to give this a run, and that can be dangerous. It does curl back in, though. It's still a tester for par now. Uh-oh.
And she knows that's not curling back. She immediately starts taking her steps. So unfortunate.
I know it can happen quick in the moment, but for those watching at home, worth noting, it's probably better if Sofia putts from her previous lie again, just because it's the same amount of strokes and she'll get a closer putt. You can always putt from the previous lie with a penalty stroke, so a situation like that with a roll away doesn't end up making a difference as she cans it there for the big number.
Yeah, it's a great call out, but something that when you're in that moment, just stressing, it's hard to remember those things sometimes,
sure.
as we see a great putt there from Lisa.
Yeah, good par save after the early tree hit.
And we'll see this look from Maria for birdie after just hanging on by the skin of her teeth there. Great bird and great shot.
Yep, and the layup for par pays off for Lorentzen, picking up a couple more strokes here. Just like that, she's got herself a sizable lead.
Yeah, things have really switched around, and 9 more holes, but some really gettable birdies and some eagle looks out there. So really excited to see heading into this final back 9. Make sure you join us. Here's our leaderboard for the 8 who made the cut. I'm Emily, joined by Nathan, and we'll see you on the back 9.